yeah, this 1 million views. Oh my god, damn, 1 hour, damn.
You've probably seen this clip before.
You should kill yourself now.
But despite how famous the memes of him are, few people know the whole story of the man behind them. Known online as
Low tier God.
He claims his real name is DOWNFALL, although his real name is more than likely Dale, and he's probably the funniest fighting game player of all time.
Where the fuck's at in this?
Born in South Central Los Angeles on the 19th of November, 1984, or 1990,
Yeah,
used to be believed.
that's
Dale
what
had a
I'm trying to figure out.
His father abandoning the family.
I'm trying to figure
While he
out.
doesn't hold that against his dad, he does resent that neither he nor his brother were given the attention necessary to become athletes.
That's why I'll never ever forgive my dad, period. Because not only did you fuck up with me, you fucked up with my brother too. My brother is like 6'6". I mean, Dan, you could have coached one of us into making you some paper.
Under his mom's care, he was kept out of public school and sent to a private Christian school instead, presumably to try and keep him away from the presence of gangs in public schools in South Central Los Angeles. While he did effectively avoid that danger, he walked right into another one. When he was between 5 and 7 years old, he claimed to have been molested by his teacher's teenage daughter. Surprisingly, he describes this very casually, trying his best to imply that it wasn't all that traumatic.
Basically, there was lots of females that fondled with me when I was a kid, but I'm not the type of person that's gonna snitch. I knew something was right, and that happened in private school, man. Shit happens in private schools, but I only know about the heterosexual shit.
It's pretty shocking to see a guy spinning this kind of terrible childhood trauma into proof that he's super straight, but as we'll see later on, this kind of absurd thing is par for the course with low tier.
What the fuck?
Later on in school, he was often picked on for being unusually tall and a bit of a nerd. But besides that, not much is known about his early life. While he made his first YouTube account in 2006, he remained in obscurity for a good while after, as it would take years before he attained notoriety. But long before he was getting in hot water online, he was doing so in real life. In 2005, when he would have been 20 years old, his then 17-year-old girlfriend
would have
filed a
been
restraining
20
order against him for domestic violence prevention. In the
in
document,
2005.
Dale said that I'm a slut and that he wants to kill me and everyone around me, and that if he doesn't do it, he'll have someone do it for him.
Cause he
and I better
40,
watch my back.
bro.
He
Is
also
this
requested
real?
that
This
he
nigga
use the right
actually
to
40
purchase
years old? Is he actually 40 years old, bro? I don't know if I believe this shit, bro. I don't know if I believe this shit, cause I'm telling y'all, bro. I met bro. I'm telling y'all, there's no way that man is Instagram past herbs. I don't know if it's gonna show it, cause I don't even have my own shit. This shit talking about some reset password. I don't know if it's gonna show this. Sign up for Pastor Herbs. Sign up. No, get this on my face. Anyway, no, it's just not gonna show it. I don't know if I believe this, bro.
Unfortunately, it doesn't
Makeup
seem like
does
anything
wonders.
happened after this
This
restraining
is
order
not
was
makeup, bro.
requested.
It's
A couple
got to
years
be
later,
just
he was
working out.
arrested and eventually charged with a felony for receiving stolen goods, although he got off with 3 years of probation after staying in jail for a little over a month. However, this sentence made it hard for him to get a job, so he enrolled into college, where he pursued a degree in health and fitness and a bachelor's degree in business. Or at least,
So I could say he definitely enrolled in a college, Associate of Arts, in 2009. I didn't even graduate high school in 2000. I graduated high school in 2012, so he's at least 30 years old, for sure. But I already knew he was older than me.
Or at least that's what he.
I already knew he was older than me, but that's what I'm confused.
Lie on LinkedIn, so he may or may not have those degrees. Speaking of his LinkedIn, he also claims here that from 2006 onwards, he was working as a
numerous media. He was in a reality show.
Find any record of that. As far as
There was a reality show. It was a fighting game joint. It was like him. It was this other chick.
Under the username Sparrow25, which foreshadowed the name of his eventual channel, DOWNFALL. Keep that name in mind. Now, on his main channel, he uploaded videos of himself playing Street Fighter games, mainly Street Fighter 4, with the main gimmick being that he picked low-tier characters that most competitive players tended to ignore and find a new way to win with them. In 2012, he also started working at Goodwill as a donation processing volunteer, presumably out of necessity, and because that's all he could really get with the felony charge on his record. But it doesn't seem like working at a charitable organization really gave him a more
And you can lie about that shit, cut, because they checked that government info. Yeah.
This is what I'm doing. All of you.
However, in late 2013, Dale got his first big break when he uploaded a video titled "A Message to Boogie2988 and His Wonderful Fans."
I don't give a about the aftermath from any of you Boogie fans that feel sorry for this greasy, you fat disgusting, ass-smelling, blob, cheese drinking, Crisco bathing, lard gargling, calorie thieving, cook on a George Foreman grill just to drink out the drip tray. I know there's gonna be a lot of people out there calling me a bully. And guess what? Drip gargling, blob, cheese drinking, Crisco bathing, lard gargling, calorie
Bro,
thieving,
when he
cook on a
fucking-
George Foreman grill just to drink out the drip tray. I know there's gonna be a lot of people out there calling me a bully.
Goes to
Guess what?
1080.
I just don't feel
It
sorry
feels
for
his
fat people, especially
what you
fat
think quality, bro. Third, what's good with you? What's good? Be how you be? Hate him or love him. The shit talk is legendary, bro. It's so legendary.
Low Tier God was
So
too ahead of his
legendary.
time on the
He
boogie.
what? He just
If
bro.
he dropped this in 2020, he would probably be a millionaire right now. As you can
Probably.
see from the like to dislike ratio, people weren't too fond of his extremely fat-phobic rhetoric. And just like that,
Blob.
began Dale's eternal villain arc. But however much negative feedback he got for the Boogie hate video, it wasn't really enough to kickstart his
Look
career.
at his
For the
eyes,
following
bro.
Period, he continued
Blob.
to languish in obscurity. In another upload of his from the beginning of 2014, he even expressed resentment towards other YouTubers, including Boogie, who in Dale's opinion did not deserve any of the views he was getting.
I went to a couple pages. KSI is some black dude from the UK that just yells on fucking camera and plays FIFA, and this dude gets.
He's unfortunately the last FGC bad guy. He's
Another one
like
of his
the
targets was
FGC
fellow
bad
gamer
guy, bro.
Darkside Phil.
This shit crazy.
Some old dude who talks on random
The
games
lore
that
is
you
like
shouldn't even be watching.
unique, man.
Kingdom
It's
Hearts
deep.
and racing games and all kinda
It's
crazy
deep.
shit.
Whom has since been deemed the white version of Low Tier God, or vice versa, depending on which one you think is the original. This perception came from the fact
Who is
that
this,
both of them
DSP?
made careers out of gaming, despite not being very good at video games, and regularly blaming the game's developers whenever they lost. Although,
I've
honestly,
never
I
heard,
think he
bro,
really
but-
surpassed DSP on that front, since as far as I know, no matter how much DSP sucked at the games he played, he still kept trying until he beat them fair and square, while Low Tier God became known for cheating on single-player games to beat them.
Only cheat on your f***ing mom. Made her believe we was in a fake relationship so I could backshot her creamy, wet, sloppy, big baggy, meaty pussy.
But whenever
Wow.
anyone brought up the similarities between
Wow.
him and DSP, Dale became unusually angry. Well, it's not unusual for Dale to get unusually angry, but you get the point.
But I'm warning you for the last
I
time.
think he just has,
these
like-
motherf- call me that black.
He got like
DSP
old.
shit
He has
in
like
person.
old school autism, bro. I swear he like LTG probably got like old school autism where it's like, it's that like he got that 80s like crack baby autism, dog. Like he just get mad all the time. He was a natural at this shit, bro. He was just naturally angry all the fucking time. It was crazy.
It's a rap
He was just
thing, 'cause as
naturally
soon as I
just
go
like,
into anger mode, my speed twitches faster. I'm
yeah.
stronger.
Now, I'm generally all for
As soon as he go
toxic
into anger
bullying,
mode,
classic Black
it's
Ops 2
real.
lobbies with people
It's
insulting each other.
real.
However, it was clear that Dale's issues
He
were
got a
much more
problem.
deep-seated. And if you
He got a
think that he's
problem.
just playing
No one
it
could be
up for the
LTG
sake of
for real.
content,
Nah, yeah, like
he's not.
legit, bro. He's
actually like this
like that nigga be
100% of the
mad.
time. Noticing how easy it was to get him fired up, trolls
What he
began
wearing, though?
deliberately
He
seeking
wearing an
out
apron?
ways to further enrage him. For
Well,
example,
that's crazy.
whenever he knew he was going to lose a match, he would just leave it before it could count on his stats. So as a result, people started reporting him, which eventually got
That
him a
was
ban
so. I
from
remember
Xbox
that. I
Live.
remember
Now, I
that.
suspect that you can probably jerry-rig
When he was
Xboxes to
playing,
circumvent a ban and make a new
when he was
account,
playing
but
Street
that's
Fighter
probably
5
too
and just like
complicated
literally
for him,
just
so
like
instead,
going to the
he just bought
PlayStation menu,
another
bro.
Xbox whenever that happened, which,
God.
by the way, happened 4 separate times.
God damn,
and
bro,
of
it was
course,
so funny.
Each time he was thoroughly dominated and humiliated by his trolls, he went to the nearest GameStop and bought himself a new Xbox, all because he's addicted to raging and fighting games. By
Yeah.
2014, Dale had accumulated a little bit of clout in the niche of fighting games and decided to go up against Viscant in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. According to Low Tier God, they played a set.
Oh,
which
this
meant
is
they
Marvel vs.
competed
Capcom
until
3.
one of
This
them
is
got
not
to 5
Ultimate Marvel.
wins,
This
and
is
Low
not
Tier God
UBC
got there
3.
first. However,
This is just- oh,
Viscant
man.
insisted
Oh,
that they
man.
kept on playing, which eventually caused the score to go from 5-3, favoring Low Tier God, to 20-6, favoring Viscant. This caused Dale to act out as he usually does, insulting people in his videos. In one upload, titled "Why Most Gamers Are Single," he uses Viscant's picture as an example of an
That's
unwashed and
crazy.
unattractive gamer.
That's
You
crazy.
even forget to take a piss. Keeping up with those habits continuously will have you looking like this guy.
And upon discovering what he'd done,
That's correct.
Viscant got into a little bit of drama with
Oh.
Dale on Twitter, during which he accused him of not playing actually low-tier characters and winning with them, which was basically his entire gimmick, before going on to call him the Black DSP.
The Black
beef was
DSP.
really heating up, and as a result,
Everything's
the
working, but
grudge
now my
match
camera's
of Street
lagging.
Fighter 4 was called
I'm gonna
October
off
24th,
myself.
2014.
This clarity
He
is nuts,
finally
gang. This was
settled
gotta be
their
how you
problems,
be.
and it grew
Wanku was
be a
gonna be
pretty
how you
large
be.
event, being fully
Mods, you know
televised
what to
and
do.
accompanied with interviews.
Get her ass out of here.
Initially, Viscant gave a solo interview in a crowd of
Nah, I'm
cheering
kidding.
fans
Nah, I'm kidding. I'm
discussing
kidding.
the
I'm
beef
kidding.
between him and Low-Tier God,
Hey, but you're not
and
a
things
sub,
got
so
pretty heated.
you know, mods, you know what to do. Tickle his balls and fall into his taint.
After a little back and forth, it came time to actually play. And while Low-Tier God did his best, it just wasn't good enough to clinch the win. With Viscant
Man,
winning
just
by
got
10
that. Man, I just got off of work. You see the this guy got on, son. Man, the clocked out on your bitches, bro. I love it. You see that? He like,
6, and proceeding to tell Dale to go back to the McDonald's he worked at, along with other positive words.
There's gonna come a point when you forget about what happened,
Yeah.
and you're gonna want to
What-
come back at me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We all know the words. We all know the words. We all
You're
know.
gonna want to wash the taste of my dick out of your mouth.
The beef was over, and it should have been officially settled, but Dale wasn't going to take it lying down. A few weeks after the fight, he stirred up drama again, with a video titled Addressing the Internet, which would eventually become a series for him. In the first half, he put forth a variety of copes for his
So
loss,
good.
claiming that Viscant had 2 people coaching him, despite Dale also having the same amount
So
of people
good.
coaching him, and claiming that a 10-6 victory wasn't good enough for someone who plays video games professionally. Then again, Street Fighter was Low-Tier God's main
wanna
focus,
trade
and not a
cameras?
game that
Yeah, we
Viscant was
can.
even particularly familiar with, and he still won without it even getting close. If Dale was
I
so
need to see what the
confident, he
Elgato
could
look
go
like on
play
my shit
games
anyway.
professionally himself. But given that he refused to bet money on his performance, it's likely that this is just him blowing hot air again. The conclusion of this match went viral on YouTube, now sitting at a whopping 6 million views,
It's-
along with
it's-
re-uploads getting similar amounts, and a
it's so
comprehensive review of the
crazy.
situation from YouTuber Cropecat, also getting 6 million. While Dale frequently gets called the Black DSP, in some ways he's more like Wings of Redemption. He could have just taken the L and moved on with his life, but instead, he was as sore of a loser as possible and did everything in his power to make himself look bad from that point onward. And that's not even mentioning the strange complexes around race and masculinity he developed as a consequence of getting destroyed by Viscant on Street Fighter 4.
Because when the Europeans came on the ships and seen
African ass bouncing and tits jiggling like National Geographic.
tall statures, thick thighs, they was blown away. Never seen bodies like that until they landed in Africa.
You the fuck is what's
Oh
wrong with
my
society,
God.
dumb, ignorant black.
Ugh.
This is why black people are last in place because of dumb, ignorant, retarded, worthless pieces of black.
Despite how
Oh
obnoxious
my
and
God.
psychotic Dale eventually became, at the time, the only content about him was making fun of his gaming skills.
And thus LTG
Stuff
is still
like, "This is
more
how you
famous than
don't
any of the
play"
people talking about him.
compilations, where
Yeah,
people
but it's
picked
like
the funniest highlights of his videos
it's the
and uploaded
success.
them.
Like he's famous, but I don't know if he
Unfortunately,
got
these
this.
videos
I mean,
now
I
only exist
don't know because I
via
don't know his
uploads,
life.
Again, exactly
I don't know
like
his life.
DSP,
I really
Dale
don't. I don't know how
obsessively
he's like
looked for
really,
these
really
hidden
eating off of this
copyright
shit. But
when his copyright strategy proved unsuccessful,
It is what
he
it is.
threatened to
It is
start
what it
recording
is.
his streams with no mic or camera on.
Oh, I
unless the
remember
offending
these
channels
days.
were taken down.
I
But
remember
of
these
course,
days
that
when he was
just
like, I'm
another
not-
empty threat.
I'm not
A year later,
streaming.
the now 29-year-old
He
Dale
eating?
started dating a girl named Elena, whom he allegedly started interacting
that
with
was
when
the
she was still
Indian girl,
single.
right?
She occasionally showed up during his streams, and his treatment of her was pretty poor to say the least.
Oh.
Tell me that again, dude.
What you gonna do?
Tell me what the f I'm gonna do. I'm not fing around.
You're not putting hands on no one.
He still streams.
Off my stream, dude. Seriously. I'm not playing.
She'll become much more important later on, but we do have to establish her
Don't know
as
what
a
the schedule
character
is,
in
yeah.
the Low-Tier God Extended Universe.
Yeah.
Now, at some point in 2015, Dale graduated, although he continued to work at Goodwill, as his streams weren't nearly successful enough for him to do it professionally. Despite lacking a proper fan base, since a significant amount of his following was composed of his haters, he decided to start a clothing
That's
line
crazy.
called The Covenant.
The
in December of
Covenant!
2015, and it sold a grand total of 1 hoodie on its first
For
day.
real?
Then in early 2016, he got banned on Xbox for the
Bro, I
fifth
thought
and
people was
last
rocking
time.
the Covenant.
So he
I don't know
finally
why.
switched over
I
to
don't know why.
PlayStation. Around this time, he was coincidentally matched against Darkside Phil in a ranked match, but since they were
Bro
in
has
Dale's
issues.
territory, Street Fighter, even DSP knew that it was over from the moment it started.
Oh god.
He always late as fuck and always verbally abuses his cat. That couldn't be me. I be late sometimes, but I stopped being late recently. And y'all already know how much I love Ginger, so I can never abuse my cat, bro. Fuck that.
More debt would have been
Fuck
much
that.
more riveting contest, but I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. Now, I would say that Dale's Twitch was going downhill at this point, but really, his online career had failed to launch from the beginning. He got barred from getting a subscription button, allegedly due to his trolls view-botting his streams, leading him to resort to making money in alternative ways, such as selling mod chips to his viewers. This is against Twitch TOS, and as a result, he got
Can
his second
LTG
ban.
grow a
And
beard?
I didn't mention the first ban because the reason for it was never given. Soon after, he came back, although it would probably be better if he had just stayed gone, since he walked right into a 50-loss streak against a streamer. And that streamer was named Pun Is Here. Dale had been saying that he wanted to fight against a good Chun-Li player, and upon getting what he asked for, he floundered for an hour and a half, complaining about it the entire time.
Can't win with a fucking real character.
Is he super platinum?
Not satisfied, he went above
Oh,
and
this is
beyond sore
early.
loser
This is
status by calling out
early
his
Street
viewers
Fighter
to
5
attack
days.
Pun, leading to another Twitch ban, this time being indefinite. And from here, he finally decided to
If
give up on Twitch
LTG
and move
is
over to
any like
YouTube,
my
making a
genetics,
video
the
about his
changes
ban,
are slim.
claiming he had been unfairly targeted by malicious trolls.
Everyone who watches my stream, you guys know for a fact that my stream is just crowded with trolls. People have done numerous things to see me fail.
In order to stifle the troll activity in his chat, he set up some new rules for his streams, including
chance of him growing a beard, 'cause I can't,
ban
Ultra.
on the use of salt emojis, censoring names, especially troll names, as well as Kappa names in chat. He also demanded $10 to turn his camera on, and if he didn't get at least $20 within the first hour of his stream, he would just turn it off. Now that he had revamped his entire operation to prevent anyone from trolling his streams, he could finally be a regular streamer who didn't rage and hurl insults at people's mothers. And finally, now he could focus on the game. Of course, I'm
That being said, the
sarcastic
chances
here.
of you
Instead,
ever
nothing
seeing
changed at
LTG
all.
bald
If
in a
anything,
never,
it actually got worse
that's
from
kind
here
of
on out.
funny.
Dale
What, you hit
challenged
brother
the
or something?
Super
What the
Smash
fuck?
Bros.
How do you know
community to
that?
a Street Fighter match, arguing that no one who plays that game
You
can
his
beat him
dad?
because they are plebes. I think
Plebs.
he was trying to say plebs here, short for plebeian or plebeian,
Okay.
but his anger mode prevented him from seeing clearly, which I'm understanding of.
Like National Geographic.
But Dale had the misfortune of having
How do you have the goal to
Super
put
Smash
a
Brothers player at
paywall
the
on your
time
cam?
take
I
him
know
up
what
on
I'm
the
saying, bro.
challenge. The two matched a few days later, and Anti
I'm an
beat
expert of
Otier God 2 to
phenotypes.
1, followed by another game which Anti won
Holy
by
shit,
2
what
to
the
0.
fuck? How and
LTG
why?
took
How
this
and why?
loss pretty badly,
How and
accusing his
fucking
opponent
why?
of being a coward for not doing the full best of 5 games, and for using
How
the
do you know
character
that?
Ken, which Low Tier God said was overpowered, and for playing against him at 3:40 a.m. when he was sleepy, thus making it unfair. But that wasn't all. Dale proceeded to go on a wild tirade.
Nah,
mocking
that's his
anyone who
dad. I
even
don't believe
mentioned
him.
Anti, going as far as to call him racist slurs like tar roach, and saying things like, "This is why I don't deal with blacks." He made a
Tar
whole video
Roach,
about it, and then
bro.
challenged
Tar Roach is nuts.
going as far as to call him
Tar
racist
Roach
slurs like
is-
tar roach, and saying things
God,
like, "This
I've
is why
never
I don't
heard
deal with
that
blacks."
in
He
my
made a whole
30
video about it,
years
and then
of life. I've never heard that shit. Come
challenged him to
on.
an anonymous match.
Come on.
Your outfit,
This
your
guy
deal
is
with
different.
haters,
He
your deal
is
with guys who
different.
wanna run off on the plug. You're the type of guy who would sucker
The
punch somebody,
guy
running,
running
claim
off for
you
the
beat 'em
plug.
up, claim you whooped their ass.
And if that wasn't enough, he was
Damn,
so
bro, from the
angry that
streets.
he also released a diss track.
Resembling a Zulu, page 55, geographics. You're the black guy that they would hire for demographics. Grew from streets of race 3, had it inside my temporal lobe. Skin be the same color as a bowl of Cocoa Krispies, though.
If losing to every established competitive
Rose the
gamer
FTC
he ever
Uncle
managed to
Ruckus.
match
I
up
know he
against
actually
wasn't
might
bad
be.
enough,
He
a few
actually
months
might be,
later,
bro.
he randomly matched
What does that
against
make
a
me? Am I
14-year-old
Tom?
kid who,
Am I
by a stroke
fucking
of fate,
Tom?
happened to be recording his gameplay.
You can't
Even
have
though the
my
recording is
booty.
from the perspective of the kid, we can easily figure out how low
Sarah, Sarah.
I bet he's mad.
Get the kids. Where's Jasmine?
Yo, I clutched it.
This clip of a child beating
Oh,
him
man.
got over 500,000 views, leading Dale to seethe on his Facebook page, demanding that his fans put 200 dislikes on it, or he wouldn't use his
I
camera
need
or
200
mic during
dislikes
streams
or I'm
anymore.
done
Keep in
streaming.
mind, this all happened when the video only had
Oh,
13,000
man.
views. So I think this was his attempt at keeping this L
Oh,
undercover and
man.
not letting it get any more
We
traction
need you on that
YouTube.
stink
However,
meter
if
art,
that
bro.
was
I'm
the
not
objective, it
vacuum, bro. I
clearly
can't
failed. He
do
also
it,
made a
bro. I'm
comment
not
on the video,
fucking.
challenging the uploader to a 10-round match,
I can't
which
do
never
it, bro.
happened.
It's
He
just
even
I
did
ain't
a
got it in me,
reaction
bro. bro. I'm a
to get
different
to it,
kind of
where he
herb
calls
these
the
days, bro. I'm just
14-year-old
trying to
a
chill out
fat
and play
scrub
Tekken, bro. I want to be happy.
But
You know what I'm
Dale
saying?
kept
I want to
trucking
be.
along, trying
I'm
to
like
improve his
Huey
skills
and
while
Riley
streaming and
mixed
attempting
with
to make a
Grandpa,
living.
with
And
Granddad,
this
for
leads
real,
us
for
to
real.
December of 2016,
If anything.
when Dale found himself matched up against a top
Tom-ass
8 player in
answer?
Street Fighter,
Fuck you.
Lee Joe, where they would both stream
This
their
is
match
L.I.
live.
Joe. You can tell the
Unsurprisingly,
person who's
Low-tier
doing this
God
shit
got
is not a
rolled
fighting game
and
player, bro. This man
smoked
said
because
Lee
both Street
Joe.
found himself
This
matched
man
up
said
against
Lee
a
Joe. Who the
top
fuck is
8 player in
Lee?
Street Fighter, Lee Joe, where they would
L.I.
both
Joe.
stream their match
This
live.
nigga's stupid, bro.
Unsurprisingly, Low-tier God got
Do
rolled
some
and
research,
smoked
fuck.
to the tune of a 1-4 loss. But what's really entertaining is how the
And a
team behaved during
Urian
their
thong.
match. While Low-tier God seethed, Joe was having the time of his life and even pulled the classic Low-tier God move of leaving the match right at the end.
Damn, look at the old UI for 5, bro. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're
As
supposed
they
to.
continued to play, Dale grew increasingly angry at his own inability to stop Joe from throwing.
Bro, you don't know Lee Joe?
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rage quit on this dude.
Damn.
As you can see here, he was threatening to rage quit the match long before it was even close to its final round because he knew that the inevitable was coming.
Worried about what the fuck's going on for season 2. You're not making it to top 8 Evo next year. Blow it, broad. That's sus connection. Mike muted.
Bro just geeked.
While things were fairly standard for him in the streaming world, 2016 was one of the lowest points in his personal life. He'd been banned from Twitch for a few months, and the loss of streaming revenue was really getting to him. That summer, he did start a new series called Critical Times. And in the first video, he reveals some of his vulnerability, opening up about his financial struggles.
I live paycheck to paycheck. I'll show you guys how much my check was later. But just know that every time I get paid, it's going to another CEO, another company, and I'm fucked for the next 2 weeks with bullshit unless I get donated.
So basically the child support is what I'm hearing. Basically, this is the child support part that I guess he left out because y'all had the government information, blah blah blah. Like, I'm not really trying to get on all the cusses info like that, but bro really is like
that,
you know, older guy.
Trying to get these headshots, they cost $240, but it's hard to save up when you don't make shit.
And he live in Cali too, which is just hella expensive out there.
There were some elements of Low-tier God that were genuine.
Yeah, got docked to
although they rarely
oblivion.
came through. One could even empathize with him.
You really
talking
only
about
watch
struggling
LTG for a
with
guaranteed
jobs,
crash out?
even though he
Dog,
had a couple of college
dog, that's actually so true. You really only get up there. When you see him live, you're like, I really shouldn't be watching this. I'm kind of a bad person. And then you're like, nah, fuck that shit. I know he gonna get up in here and he gonna crash out and I'm gonna laugh and it's gonna be funny. Like, yo, Phoenix Beats got up there and they called that man Low Tier Fitness. Bro, he got banned so fast. That shit was hilarious. Fucking hilarious.
And later that year, he also expressed being sick of getting made fun of for working at Goodwill. So he quit and instead got a job as an assistant manager at GNC.
Okay, assistant manager, yeah.
For some reason, he also claimed that this job would help him on his way to become an actor. I'm not really sure what made him think that, but, you know, who am I to say?
He was just trying to get like juiced up, I guess.
Dale had just reached the 10,000 subscriber milestone.
Hey, bro. If that nigga, listen, bro. If that nigga can get, if he can get 10K subscribers on YouTube, bro, I can do this. This motherfucker has 100K. But this is before he got back. Kurt said it was gonna be how you be.
Motivated.
Isn't he with a high schooler? That's what we're trying to figure out right now.
Confident. Mentally untouchable.
Notice I didn't say physical because no man is.
No man is.
Unfortunately, our physiology limits us anything past that.
Don't get me wrong.
All you gotta do is call us creative slurs. I want to, but I just can't. In good faith, I can't. Cause like if I started calling y'all fucking tar, I don't know how he came up with tar roach. Tar roach is nuts. That is just absolutely absurd. That's absolutely absurd. I don't understand that shit.
Allowing the correct blend of souls to cross paths, but not only to make eye contact, but to share passion with one another.
Unfortunately, his satisfaction wore off very quickly as his goals of becoming an actor weren't coming to fruition, and he was frustrated with his job, saying that it had the dumbest management ever. He also claimed that he had 3 jobs, which a lot of people doubted.
Taro sound like a Pokemon. Or just channel your inner Frieza, you'll come up with better. Bro, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Taro's next level racist. That is the craziest friendly fire comment I've ever heard in my life. Like, I've never heard somebody say some shit like that. Like, genuinely. literally.
extreme due to how
Like,
upset
how
he
do you
was.
get
His hatred
like your
for
IP is
Brazilians
banned
wasn't
from
limited
fucking
to this
CS:GO
instance
doing
either.
some friendly fire shit like that?
Man, anybody speaking Portuguese. Let's get these jungle fuckers out of here. It's an English stream, motherfucker. How the fuck you gonna be from Brazil and your computer in a hut talking? Get the fuck out of here.
In another instance, he said that if someone beat him with Balrog, the Street Fighter character, he was going to rage quit no matter what. And due to how often he got banned
LTG
for
love
the
friendly
stuff he
fire,
said
bro.
online,
Loves it.
He began using the word "rog" as a derogatory term for black people,
came up with
usually in
this
the
shit was
context of
this
black people losing their temper.
Crazy.
While his statements about black people could often be seen as exaggerated for comedic value or a consequence of blind rage,
No,
during
bro,
gaming,
he's
it does
actually
slowly
like
become
that.
Clear that Dale genuinely resented rogs and perhaps had some
Wait,
racial
wait,
self-hate.
wait,
Slowly
wait,
become
wait, wait. Why can't he say that though? Why did he say
clear that
rogs?
Dale genuinely resented rogs.
Nah, bro, we not letting this slide, bro. We not letting this slide. What? He can't say that. He can't say that. He can't say that. He can't say rog. What the fuck? Nah, rog sounds like an FGC term, bro. He didn't even say L.I. Joe. He said Lee Joe.
For example, he once made a post on his Facebook page talking about how much he disliked crude blacks, and instead had a preference for what he referred to as sophisticated blacks. What he probably wasn't counting on was that his own sister would see this post and reply, pointing out that she had offered him work with better pay than his job and helped him look for apartments when he needed to move, before saying that he was responsible for his own life circumstances, mentioning that he ruined his own credit score. In his reply, he said, "You're dead to me. See how messy you are?" He ruined his own credit score.
See,
In his reply,
so
he
bro
said, "You're
says,
dead to
so
me.
bro
See how messy
says,
you are?"
so bro says rog, but he knows not to say coon. This is crazy. You're dead to be coon. See how messy you are? Focus on getting the GED before you address me again. Before I blast your black bitter chicken.
Focus on getting the GED before you address me again. Before I blast your black, bitter, chicken-headed ass in this post. She then fired back, saying that she made more money than him in tips.
Do you even have
and
your
claimed that he'd
GED?
gotten his degrees while he was living off of a
2
girl
degrees
he was
living off of a bitch.
dating, who eventually put him in jail. In the middle of all of this, Dale once again changed his streaming rules and started charging $20 to turn the camera on, as well as $50 to stream for
this is what I noticed about LTG, bro. This is what I noticed about LTG. I'm not even mad. He is actually like, he is genuinely like a Boondocks character. If you really think about it, like his life, because I didn't even know this shit with like Facebook, and like when I don't even be on the book like that, bro. I don't like the app. It's like, it's too messy for me, because this be straight like when people like that, it's just straight like world star hip hop. Bro is actually a Boondocks character. He is like his own like fucking like
over an hour.
You cannot make this shit. It is so original what LTG is. It's just different. He's just different. He's just different, bro. Like, I've never seen no shit like that. I've never met a nigga like that. I've just never met a nigga like that, bro.
Them, regardless of whether they were a troll or someone who had previously donated and helped him out. 2017 is when Dale began rapidly accelerating his descent into madness.
If you would have told me he was doing this for a character, I would actually not be surprised. But he's not like,
the muscles in his arms and legs.
The Facebook confirmed it. The Facebook confirmed it. That's really who he is. That's who he is.
Obvious physical setbacks.
Man, RIP. I'ma cry, bro. RIP to Broly Legs, bro.
Chun-Li player in the world.
He was so tough.
25th in a Street Fighter V tournament with over 1,400 players.
He was so tough. He was so tough, bro.
Was such that he got a promotional video on the official Street Fighter YouTube channel where he got to tell his life story.
It has its bumps here and there, but it's not unwelcoming at all. You know, there's always a small place for everyone in the community. Whatever game you learn. When I started learning Street Fighter, I learned through people telling me I was nothing, that I would never be good in this game.
You can't come up with Targos without real self-hatred. That's what I'm saying.
I needed that.
That's what I'm saying.
Encouraged me to be better.
And as with many unsuspecting players, he would eventually collide with Dale, and the result was funny and sad at the same time. Sometime in April, he and Low Tier God randomly matched, and in typical Low Tier God fashion, he lost the match and rage quit, all while throwing as many insults at Broly as possible. Before their match even started, he compared Broly to Krang, which is a teenage
That's
Ninja
crazy.
That is an anthropomorphic brain in a mecha
that is
crazy. Making fun of his disability. But naturally, Dale making fun of his disability made it that much more satisfying when the match came to its end.
I'm good, dude. I can't accept losses where I bodied you and you just get some fake shit on slobbering all over rollers and shit. I'm hella cool. You just didn't deserve that. I outplayed you, I bodied you, and you got lucky. That's not skill to me. That's not outplaying me. That doesn't mean you're better than me. I'll tell you what the lure is. Yeah, get that ass banned, bitch.
And while some people quickly rushed to Broly's defense, pointing out how low it was for Low Tier God to make fun.
That's low as fuck. What do you mean? What do you mean how low? That's literally. He said he was slow.
Fun of him for his disability, others maintained that the confrontation was fair. They felt that while Broly was physically handicapped, Low Tier God was mentally handicapped. Therefore,
What? Oh wait. Wait. Oh.
they felt that while Broly was physically handicapped, Low Tier God was mentally handicapped. Therefore, the odds weren't that bad. Broly tweeted out a screenshot of Low Tier God rage quitting, and at the same time also offered to help train him to get better at Street Fighter, which only helped to further enrage him.
I don't give a what that ugly ass slobbering half of a man is saying. I'm not
Half
gonna do
of a man
anything
is
that
crazy. You
ugly,
can't
worthless
call
specimen anything to gain any type of notoriety to his pity name.
It's funny that he's
Rakino
saying
is
this
gonna be how
when
you
Broly
be.
Legs had much more success as a competitive player than Dale ever did.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately, in 2024, Broly did pass away. But
we skipped this 'cause I'ma
proclaim that
cry.
he only felt comfort God. Now,
No,
Dale
we'll watch it,
eventually
we'll watch it.
24, Broly did pass away. But we should
R.I.P.
never forget how we beat Low Tier.
Moment of silence for Broly Legs. Bro was the truth. Bro was so nice. I think I actually played him once, like legit, when I was playing Street Fighter 5, like all the time. I legit played him. There's only a handful of people I've actually played like at least one time. I played Chris G once in Street Fighter 5. He said my Nikali was retarded, not in a good way. I think I played Broly Legs once, and I could not do shit. He had counterplay for like everything, and I was just like, damn, like okay. And I played Lupe Fiasco a couple times. His connection with his Sakura was just, I hated that shit. I hated that shit. I was like, get off the fucking game, you fucking nerd. And then I was just like, whatever. I lost to Lupe. It is
Now,
what it
Dale
is.
eventually
It is what it
wanted to
is.
clarify what happened, so he made a video explaining that he only felt comfortable laying into Broly because of what Broly had posted on Twitter. However, that's not really true, as Low Tier God was calling him Krang even before their match began, so this is just another excuse. Given how brazen he is during streams, I wish he would just embrace it instead of coming up with these fake apologies afterwards. It's not like anyone's falling for it anyway. He might as well just stick to being a dick. Now at this point, there was actually a period of time where Dale mostly kept himself out of trouble, mixing up his content and slightly moving away from the straightforward gameplay
I remember
he was known
this.
for.
I
For
remember
example,
this.
he did a reaction and commentary on the song Lift Yourself by Kanye West, which quickly became the most successful video on his
See, this is the thing. Like, Low Tier God was doing this, like, he had this, like, string where it was like, yo, he's actually using, like, all that hatred and shit like that. He's using that to springboard a successful YouTube career because, like, people was down for the reactions and, like, everything like that. Because his reactions was funny. Like, yeah, him being, like, a negative asshole was funny, right? Like, it was funny. But his reactions to shit, or him like when he ate the chicken sandwich and he was about to bite into it and he just stops and looks into the camera.
channel. In 2018, he was then invited to take part in E-League The Challenger, which was a TV show where Street Fighter
Yeah,
pros
this is
would
the
compete against
TV
one another
show
while
shit
living
that I
in
was
the same
talking about.
house. He was the first to fight in the tournament against Rob TV, but despite talking himself up like he usually does, he lost the match 5-1. Now you may be inclined to think that this was another L for LTG, but in reality, this could be considered the first W in his competitive gaming career. Not because he won the game itself, but instead
I want a
because
chicken
he took
sandwich
the
so
loss in
bad.
stride.
He just gets up, and I don't see him talking smack. He's not raging. He's just a regular guy.
Low Tier God, nice try. However, that does put you out of the competition here at the Challenger House. Rob TV, you were safe another day, sir.
He also
Yay, Rob
competed against
TV.
another player named Giddy, and despite losing, the match ended on a pretty positive note, with the two not only shaking hands, but also hugging it out. However much people already hated him, Low Tier God is an entertaining guy. If he could just control his outbursts and try to get better at the game,
Literally.
instead of rage quitting whenever he found someone better than him, he actually would have a shot at becoming a competitive player and successful online personality.
Now it sucks being the first one to be eliminated, but I'm still in the house with 6 other phenomenal players that I can learn a lot from and just level up my game overall.
Unfortunately, the period of peace didn't last for long, as Dale pretty quickly went right back to his old ways.
Going
Bro,
forward in my Street Fighter career,
you gotta
my
work
plan
in
is
5
simply
hours.
to
You're
attend more tournaments.
bugging.
As long as I continue to travel, experience things, I think
Be
that I
real,
have a
people only
huge
watch
definite
that
shot
shit only because of
being
him.
that ultimate
Yeah.
great Street Fighter player that I
Yeah,
yearn to be.
like he had pull,
June of
bro had
2018,
pull.
for
Like
reasons
he,
beyond
people
human
wanted to see him
understanding,
do
Twitch
shit.
decided to express some mercy and actually unban Dale, and he triumphantly returned for one single day. Now I have to admit that this time the ban wasn't his fault.
That nigga
He
got
had
banned
naively
after one
allowed
day.
donators' profile pictures to show up on the stream, and one creative guy made their profile picture a nude image and then donated to get themselves on the screen before proceeding to report the stream themselves for nudity, even though they had been the one to make it happen. Now Dale did
that's
eventually get his
crazy.
account back, but his
That's
standing on the
crazy.
website was
Rob
iffy
TV
at
tried to help
best,
his
as he
ass
was
after this as
banned
well,
and
but the nigga
unbanned
was
a
late
bunch of
to
times.
everything
But
or
at
didn't
this
show
point,
up.
something else
It'd be
was
like that.
brewing in the low tier god fandom.
It'd be like that.
Speculation around his
But
relationship.
sometimes, like, well, no, I'm not gonna say sometimes. Most of the times that shit was like when you end up being late. It's not because you're a tar roach who are just typically always late to everything. Nah. I know he just had a bunch of IRL. Well, I don't know personally, but he probably just had IRL shit just
Dale
always
abruptly
coming
left his
up.
own stream for a moment, and he forgot to mute himself, which then allowed his entire audience to hear him arguing with his
Hot,
girlfriend.
bruh.
Elena.
Don't call me
She
that,
was
bruh.
upset that Dale wouldn't be around during their 4-year anniversary because he was.
Oh, they
going
was
to
dating for
attend
that long?
year's Evo.
It's not about forgetting. Usually Evo is in July. The only reason you've been bringing up that shit is for the simple fact that I'm going to goddamn Evo. I don't know why you would do this a day before. You're fucking inconsiderate ass fucking child.
Their relationship ended right around the same time, but it's worth noting here that 2018 was when their 4-year anniversary was going to take place, meaning they had apparently been together since 2014, a fact that's going to become relevant in a second here. In June of 2019, a YouTube channel by the name of
racist
LX
trader who
Sniper
betrayed
released
his
an
own
expose about
people.
LTG, covering a lot of the things that I've mentioned. up
Frieza
until this
ass
point.
character,
Low Tier
yeah.
God actually responded to Sniper on stream, during
He
which
is
he
wild.
showed a photo of him and exposed their DMs, where he threatened to beat LX up if they ever met in real life. Surprisingly, LX actually accepted the challenge, giving away his address so Dale could fight him, but nothing really came of it. There were many similar instances of Low Tier God instigating fights he wasn't actually willing to carry out, such as when his former mod, Donovan, got mad at him for refusing to unmod someone who called him the N-word.
I won't just sit there and allow you to talk shit like that and not want to fight you. Or not
Can
want
LTG fight for real? I'll tell you
So
what.
I'm gonna give you the opportunity to put your
I'll
money
tell
where
you
your
what.
mouth is,
That
okay?
nigga tall
When
as shit.
Donovan challenged Dale
And
to
he's
a
strong
boxing
as shit.
match, he never
So,
got a reply.
hold on,
But the
I'll tell
drama
you
wasn't
what.
just coming from the
I'll tell
inside
you
of
what.
Dale's community. Instead, outsiders were now paying attention
I'm gonna
to the story,
say
which led June the King
probably.
to take notice. June is a video essay or internet
I'm gonna say
documentary
probably.
channel, kind of similar to what I do. And he had taken notice of Low Tier God, leading him to post a video about his life and story. Dale was not very happy with this video's existence, accusing June of re-uploading his content, which June just did not do. He actually made an informative documentary about him, which used a few clips
Solid
of
kick to
him,
them chicken
but Low
legs.
Tier God didn't really care.
Hold on,
He
I
actually
got you.
threatened to flag June. This basically caused a copyright battle to happen, culminating in Low Tier God threatening to
still
sue
even
June
got
the
this
King
shit.
for his video, which he claimed was defamatory and included doxed information. This was pretty strange since June never even referred to Low Tier God by his real name. Instead, he called him by his online alias, Deluian Sparrow. But what he did include was Low Tier God's real date of birth, something that Dale had a history of being very insecure about. In fact,
That nigga actually 40, bro. Like, he's actually 40. Like, what the fuck? Bro's actually 40. What the fuck? I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. This is kind of crazy, bro. All right. I was looking forever for this shit. I found this shit. I'm about to show y'all this shit. I'm about to show y'all this shit. All right, so obviously I'm 6 feet tall. He 40 trying to date 17-year-olds. Yeah, that's crazy. That's actually fucking nuts. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all this shit. Some of y'all have seen this shit already.
Actually was even
Some
affected
of y'all have
some
seen
of the
this shit already.
biographical data websites, which
So-
list him as being born in 1990, which does not
41
seem to
with
be
that
the
hairline,
case.
see what I'm
But
saying?
Low Tier God didn't just retaliate against June in defense. He also went on the
Damn,
offense
that
by
nigga
doxing
old, bro.
June
He
the King
actually
himself
old.
repeatedly over the course of 1 month, only stopping once Killer Keemstar
Actually old.
So basically, Keemstar was just
Oh, I
like
forgot
popping
about
in there to be
Keemstar.
like, hey, you know, like we're watching you, dude. So thank you, Keemstar, for stopping my.
I am 6 feet
But even
tall.
after that, he continued to regularly threaten June with all kinds of violence.
Nigga, the top of my head is at the fucking is at his chin. The top of my head is at bro's chin.
Until he begged me for life. Then right on his last inch of breath, I would literally
How?
say, so you still gonna research me, huh? Like, no, then LTD, please, no, and I'm just still choking him while he got his laptop, while he deletes the video. We're gonna get that shit taken down. I'm not worried about it.
Ultimately,
you
he
swing
failed
for
in his mission
his-
of taking the video down, and no lawsuit ever came out of it.
I don't know.
And as funny
He got
as
a lot of
lawsuit
muscle
like
for somebody who
would have
that tall,
been
too.
For Dale to have to just argue against June for things that
He
showed
probably
in his
should have been
video to
playing.
be
He
true.
probably
Ultimately, it's
would have been
probably
like a
for the
J.R.
best that another
Smith and like the
documentary
NBA.
channel
He
didn't get a
probably should have
lawsuit
played
against
like
it. But
basketball
Lotier God was
or
now
football
more
if his
defeated
dad
than
was in his
ever,
life or
and
something.
he really needed to
And
take
that
out
won't
his
even like a
rage
sneak
on
day for
something,
me to say his
anything.
dad wasn't
So
in his
April
life. I'm just
2020,
saying like
someone in the chat triggered him
like
into
he
producing
probably
one
would
of
have been
his
an
most
athlete,
iconic
honestly, under
outbursts
the right
ever.
circumstances.
Your life
Like honestly, that's what I'm
is
saying.
as valuable
No,
as a summer ant.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
I'm just gonna stump you. You're gonna keep coming back.
That-
I'm gonna
no,
seal
it
up
was
all
not
my
a sneak
cracks.
diss,
You're
not
gonna
a
keep
sneak
coming
diss.
back. Why? Because you keep smelling the syrup. You're gonna stay on my
He
dick until you
he
die.
said himself. He
serve
said
no
his dad
purpose
was
in
not
life.
his
Your
life.
purpose in life is to be in my stream sucking on
My dick daily.
Your purpose in life is to be in that chat blowing it
Daily.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose.
You know, I like legit. Sometimes I feel like bro is like projecting a lot of the times when he be saying some of the shit he say. Like I feel like he just is projecting, and it's just hard. It's just tough. It's just tough being like 40 years old and molding like that. Like he molding without molding. Like he has every redeeming quality you could want to be, like genetically, like tall, muscular, got hair. You know what I'm saying? You're alright looking guy, whatever. No, you know what I'm saying? 100%, yeah. But bro, it's just like
somebody else a piece
he's
of
just
that
projecting
oxygen
like the whole
and
time.
ozone layer
He don't,
is covered
yeah,
up
he
so
don't like
we
his
can
life.
breathe inside this blue trapped bubble.
He chose the life of
What
a
are you here
rog.
for?
Oh, no, you saying
worship
rog?
In just under 1 minute,
Who hit
Lotier
me
God
up?
went from a failed streamer and competitive Street Fighter player to being a total meme.
That's all I gotta say. If you look in the mirror and hate yourself, love yourself. Yes, you should love yourself now. Yes. You said try to stuff crust. Well, listen. How about when I went? Love yourself. That's all I gotta say. If you look in the mirror and hate yourself, love yourself. Yes, you should love yourself now.
Evil LTG is like a fuck.
This video is probably why you know about Low Tier God. It has been seen by everyone on the internet in one.
Why you know about low tier God? Come on, motherfucker. Come on, you little fucking stupid. You probably fucking watch Minecraft videos all the fucking time. Who the fuck didn't know LTG from the very good? Hey, one's in the chat for everybody who knew LTG way back when. Everybody who's getting out the boy knew back when this motherfucker was talking about you gonna want to watch the taste the dick out of your fucking mouth. Everybody who saw the old get that ass back. He didn't even say get that. Like, what part of this video essay am I gonna hear get that ass banned, bro? When am I gonna hear get that ass banned?
Whether or not you even know who he is. A moment of
When
him
am I gonna hear
expressing
get that ass banned?
sincere
Like,
hatred
come on.
and disgust with a chatter who had been annoying him ultimately led to the most viral moment of him ever. But that didn't mean that Dale was going to stop and smell the roses. Instead, he got mashed against a player called Zero Blast, and as soon as he started
I
losing,
remember
you can probably
this.
guess what happened.
He called me a coon person.
Blacklisted. He ain't trans. He didn't get his slit. He ain't got the balls for that.
Oh, I
If you're a real-
remember this.
A real transsexual, cross-dresser, whatever.
I remember
get your
this.
Split.
I
How you gonna
rem-
go 50%? If you really about that life, get your split.
This was like, yeah, like 2020. Yeah, dog.
Pussy and a clitoris out of your dick.
Now, obviously, Sarah
Dog.
took issue with this, tweeting out about how they thought Low Tier God was a bad influence on his chatters. To be honest, I think the real issue is anyone who's allowing their kids to watch Low Tier God streams, given how he often responds to trolls
Their
by doing
kids?
something that I can only describe
Yo.
as gay erotica rants.
I'm gonna pull out a big giant syringe full of black sperm and shoot all the black sperm.
And in the wake of Low Tier God's comments about Saro, he was permanently banned from Evo. Now, this is kind of a side note, but not only was Saro also banned from Evo over using slurs, but the aforementioned Giddy was also
yeah, I
banned from
remember that
multiple
too.
instances of
I
sexual
remember that too. Wait.
banned from Evo. Now, this is kind of a side note,
this
but
was
not
fucking-
only was Saro
this was
also
like-
banned from Evo over using slurs,
This was like This shit was so, bro. This was like the craziest. This was like the craziest month ever in like FGC. This is the craziest shit ever, bro. Like
but the
I didn't know what to
Giddy
think.
was also banned for multiple instances of sexual misconduct, including
I don't think I knew about that.
soliciting unwarranted lesbian orgies. The low tier god curse conduct,
what?
including soliciting unwarranted lesbian.
What? Solicited lesbian orgies, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I would be butting in like shit. Wait a minute. Hold your horses. Wait a minute. We need somebody up in here. Hold on. Let me referee this. Let me make sure that this lesbian orgy is operating correctly. Hold on. Let me officiate. Let me get my whistle. Let me. No, that's a tech. That's too much titty love. No, that's a. Which one are you? All right. Okay, hold on. All right. That's a number. 69. That's a tech. Get your bitch ass out of here.
Being orgies. The low tier god
Let me
curse
chill
appears
out.
to be at work.
You are worthless.
Oh my
bitch
god.
ass nigga.
Before the year ended, yet another clip from low tier god streams went viral, now sitting at well over 1 million.
That girl was
views.
unbanned shortly after, by the way.
Flop my BBC out on the table.
Oh
when
my
your
god.
mom invites me over for dinner, I'm gonna be like, now suck it in front of your son. She's like, I'm sorry, I just can't help it. It's so flavorful.
Now that he had been deprived of one of the few joys left in his life, low tier god went right back to harassing June the King, which June then posted. Just so you know, I'm coming for you legally. Because of your documentary, it has caused people to be dialed into my life beyond levels you could ever fathom. I warned you when the video dropped, you were doing too much. Your video has caused endless harassment on personal levels, and I'm coming for you legally. Just know that. Whatever you made off me, I'm taking from you. I will be the one that does not allow you to profit off others at your cowardly leisure. You are a talentless, faceless worm. Now, that promise of a lawsuit continued to be an
Her
empty
saying the
threat,
N-word
but Dale
wasn't
did
so
file
bad
a
compared to what
trademark
other
for the
TT
Low Tier
did,
God brand in
apparently.
January of 2021, which unfortunately exposed his real name,
I
which
guess.
is kind of a backfire since he wanted to keep it a secret. While he failed to take down June the King's documentary, he did succeed in striking 3 people who uploaded videos that were critical of him, as well as re-uploads of his
Hey,
stream
listen.
highlights.
I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this because I'm thinking about it, right? Obviously, like y'all on the internet, blah blah blah. I'm sure maybe one day people will see my real name, whatever, all that other shit. I already know y'all know my name is fucking Herb, right? Duh, y'all know that shit. But as far as all of that, I'm not worried. As long as y'all don't do no goofy shit with my name or like try to not have me work anymore or something crazy like that. Cause I know y'all don't give a fuck about what I do. Yeah, I know y'all do not give a fuck about what I do, but I do
All
not
3 of
make
those
enough
people
money
went
from
on to be
this
interviewed
to
by
keep
June
doing
in his
this and
follow-up
just
video,
this.
where it was revealed that low tier God
Hey, y'all
actually
already know
doxed
that.
their real names and locations.
This is what a troll's house looks like. This is what a tier sexual's house looks like.
Wait,
By
did
this
he?
point, people were becoming aware of
whoa.
how
A
insane
tier
the
sexual.
low tier God was. While June's follow-up didn't get as many views as his first video, it still
Damn.
got well over 1 million and introduced hundreds of thousands of people to how insane a low tier God was if you got on his radar.
We know
However,
Herb is short
the
for
most
Her-
scathing part of it all
Bartholomew.
was the
Yeah,
information
yeah,
revealed about
yeah.
his
You know,
ex-girlfriend,
you know.
Elena. It seemed like they were on good terms since the breakup, even having her take part in his content every once in a while. In a
We figured it
mukbang
out
the two
before
did
Tekken
together,
God
he
Omega was a
continued to talk
thing?
about her very
Exact. Yeah,
positively,
nah, yeah, I
saying
know.
she's beautiful,
I know.
among a lot of other compliments.
It is
which
what
a lot
it
of
is.
people took to mean that she was the one who broke up with him, and he still wanted them to be together. But his tone changed
Low
radically in November 2020 when
tier.
rumors began spreading that Elena had begun seeing her personal trainer, known as Mr. HBC. When these rumors were confirmed, Dale proceeded to private his main Twitter
Mr.
account as Mr.
HBC? Mr. HBC? Is that half black cock? What is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? Wholesome black cock? What? No. Wholesome is with a W. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wholesome is with a W. What is that? What is he has the HBC gene? Huge big cock. The HBC gene? Oh my god. Oh
When these
my
rumors were confirmed,
god.
Dale proceeded to private his main Twitter account
Thank
and
you,
seed on
thank
his
you,
alt about
thank
the two of
you,
them being
thank
together,
you, thank
calling her new man an old head, despite him
An
repeatedly
old
claiming
head?
not to
No.
about the two of them.
No, bro, no way he just called him an old head. Y'all do me a favor, stop sending me a bitch who wants to fuck with some old head lame. Trust me, I could give 2 fucks. He needs to spell 2 correctly. 2 fucks, let the bitch be.
Being together,
Bro, it's calling
her
her
new man an
old head?
Despite him repeatedly claiming not to care, he continued to occasionally maul about
Somebody
their
posted the
relationship for
audio
the
of
next
Mr.
2
HBC
months.
clap. Oh, nah.
Is a complete downgrade in the first place.
Oh no,
It's been a pattern
bro's
in my life,
actually
and
projecting.
it's going to continuously be the pattern.
Nah, he was just crazy. Haha, I don't know how you guys moved on so
Get
quick.
yourself a ball player.
I don't want to hear the audio. I don't want to hear the audio. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Somebody from the NFL,
I don't want to hear that.
professional something, actor something.
See, it's like
Eventually,
legit. Like
someone
bro is
sent images
projecting
of
because
Elena and Mr. HBC boarding a private plane, which Low Tier God shot down by saying that's what fake rich people do to flex on social media, and that anyone could do that if they really wanted to. But the flight that Elena and HBC were boarding apparently cost 15 grand, and I don't think that just anyone could do that. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. Now, Dale obviously could have just chosen to not acknowledge the trolls who were messing with him. He could have just ignored all of this, but obviously he is Low Tier God, so he's not going to. And as a result, the couple noticed what he was saying and decided to respond to him, calling him an obsessed weirdo with nothing better to do.
And don't worry, one day we'll address that weirdo ass.
Oh! Should we address it now? Huh? No, I might make a video on that, but we'll see.
In the same video, Elena also
guys, if I ever get down this bad, bro, just kill me. Just kill me to send somebody over here to just fucking take me out, bro. Don't let me go out that sad, bro. Do not let me go out that sad. I crashed the fuck out, not gonna, bro. Do not let me go out that sad ever, bro. Just end it, bro. Just throw me off the cliff like Kazuya. Just throw me in the volcano. Toss me in the volcano, bro.
But if these controversies weren't enough, in May of 2021, he once again found himself in hot water, this time for laughing while watching a shock video where a man brutally takes his own life. Now, you can probably see how this upset some people, while others fell on the side of, well, it's just a shock video, and he probably didn't expect what was coming. It's not like he's encouraging that kind of behavior, he's just laughing at a crazy video. But Dale felt the need to respond, and to excuse it, he said that he shouldn't be expected to show remorse when trolls don't show remorse for doxing him 24/7.
Get mad because I didn't show remorse, but these don't show remorse when they keep doxing me 24/7, stealing from me 24/7.
It's like, it's like
into my personal life.
It's like 90% of the time he projects, and it's like it's the self-hate, and then like 10% of the time he's like actually reflecting. But it's like I can't listen to that 10% because he's just like so far gone, and he's so set, or it's just maybe it's autism, bro. He's just so set on being just like LTG, bro. Like just like, damn, it's like he's not a low tier god. He's like a literally like he's like a low tier demon. Like he's literally like a low tier, just like. Just kind of just shit human being, bro. It's kind of wild.
Antagonizing me 24/7.
You hear him start to understand himself? Yeah.
Stealing from me 24/7. We're just gonna keep it at that.
He then said that because he never showed the video he was watching, he could have been laughing.
Then he calls you a tar rat or some shit, right?
Episode of Tom and Jerry.
All I did was listen to audio and laugh. I could have been listening to everything. I could have been laughing at Tom and Jerry.
Proceeding to claim that that's what he was actually laughing at. Now, I won't play the original video of Dale reacting.
Who laughs at Tom and Jerry? There's only like a couple scenes in Tom and Jerry that are actually funny.
I think it's pretty clear that that is what he was laughing at, and at this point, he would probably be better off just admitting that he laughed at the video, rather than continually denying it. Around the same time, another clip of him also went viral. This time, consisting of
looking
him
like he working
responding
at
to
Pizza
someone who
Hut.
said he looks like he worked at Pizza Hut. With Low Tier God, at a moment's notice, going on to write
He do though. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
himself
Ain't nothing
with
wrong with
chat
working at
members'
Pizza Hut, bro. He just look. See, listen, that's the other. This is the other thing too, bro. When he be talking about how he be smashing somebody's mom or something, it actually be funny. Like it's hilarious.
And I just bust infinite hot loads of Matrix juice right down her mother.
This drama haunted him for months, with a back and forth between him and a creator going by Demigod Production, who had heavily criticized him on his channel.
Matrix
he
juice,
eventually
bro.
even challenged him to a boxing match, which ultimately backfired as every previous instance of Low Tier God backing out of a fight came to light.
Can you afford 10 racks to put up the fight? I'll put up 10 racks tomorrow.
Bouncing as they run across the golden field of wheat.
When Demigod streamed, Low Tier God started flaming him in the chat, but repeatedly refused to get on a Discord call with him to hash it out.
Nah, let's talk about it, Dale. Let's get on Discord and talk. How come you won't fight LX Dark Sniper?
The heat got so bad that Low Tier God privated his Twitter during the incident, and the idea of a fight was never brought up again. While this was mostly a battle between equals, the next person who found themselves on Low Tier God's path of destruction was a girl called Rotkill, who he attacked by posting nudes of her to his Twitter and Discord. She responded, calling him creepy and disgusting for doing what he did, and pointing out that she was 18 years old when the pictures were taken. She eventually created a GoFundMe to sue him for revenge pictures, which I assume means she sent him those pictures voluntarily at some point, but never consented to them being made public. But it's not totally clear to me what the circumstances are.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I really know about all this, but like this is a I'm not gonna say gray area because there's like I don't know. I'm not even gonna. I ain't gonna, something going on that I would never wish it upon him, but it's so depressing. I can't get my full attention when he talks about it.
Information
Yeah.
is pretty limited, and ultimately the lawsuit never came to be, as Rotkill vanished from all social media, while Low Tier God continued to do his usual shtick, which included dancing while streaming at work. While 2021 ended with Dale sealing up the cracks,
Basically, he said,
2022
she said,
began with
yeah.
them coming back because they smelled the syrup. A YouTube account uploaded a video claiming to have evidence that Low Tier God and Elena started dating when he was 29 and she was 17. To prove it, he went back to the clip of Low Tier God unknowingly having his mic unmuted while they argued, where they both acknowledged that their anniversary is coming up. Based on an Instagram post, she had just celebrated her 25th birthday, meaning she would have been 21 in 2018, and as a result, 17 when they started dating. There were already hundreds, if not thousands, of people actively looking for dirt, but this one YouTube account was the first major instance of Low Tier God being accused of grooming or some kind of behavior with a girl that was too young for him. And it really got the attention of the rest of his detractor community, who started investigating his past. They managed to find more evidence reinforcing the narrative that he was already dating her, such as them talking about going to the movies together and ditching school to see each other. By the way, during the same stream where they talk about this, there's also this very interesting conversation.
Toilet paper spreads E. coli.
Actually, not using toilet paper spread E. coli because when you shoot up the thing and all you poop splats in the bathtub, I've seen it before.
Well, actually, I
I've
use
seen
the
it.
toilet paper to test the ass first.
I've seen it.
To test the ass first.
I've
You never
seen
seen
it.
shit in the shower.
And then he has like the shower curtain on the inside of the shower, and then you could smell it.
Now, Elena specified that their anniversary...
Are we real? Are we real? You remember this clip? Are we fucking real? Is this real? No, this guy, no. He's actually like a cartoon character, dog. He's actually a cartoon character.
It was for the day that they met.
I
not for the
haven't
day
seen
they
any
started
shit
dating.
like this
But a lot
ever.
of people had a few issues with this narrative. First off, they pointed out that
Waffle stomping?
the day they met
That's
their anniversary.
nuts.
Surely there are people who
That's
do that, but
nuts.
anniversary is typically used as a celebration of when the relationship began.
Pisses
Secondly,
and
there are
bottles and shit.
only
I
two
literally
jump
thought the
cuts in this
pisses and
entire
bottles.
video, and one
That's
of them
I'm like
is
that's a joke.
conspicuously
That's a
right
joke,
after
right?
she
No, that's a
mentions
joke.
this, which to a lot of people looked very weird. They thought maybe something was cut out. And lastly, this mukbang video was recorded when the two were still getting along, which led a lot of people to speculate that Elena had some motivation to protect him from being seen as a bad guy. However, since they're falling out, Elena shared a post on her Instagram talking about how
I don't know what high school girl under 18 needs to hear this, but that grown man doesn't think you're mature for your age. Women his age just see the bum in him. He's a predator. Tell on
men
him.
who tell young women they're mature only do so because women their age
Wait,
see them
that
as
was the
bums.
girl who's.
She even
I've
subtitled
seen
it with
this.
the phrase, "Wish I knew this earlier." Now, I do have to say that as far as I can tell, she never explicitly claimed that Dale did anything wrong here, so this is really pure speculation based on the available clues that people are looking into. However unconfirmed these claims are, Low Tier God definitely does have a history of saying some very suspect things.
They said she's 16. It don't matter. She don't look 16, bro. And plus, no jumper posted her. So we have something here. I want to show the glute game. I want to see what the glute game looks like. They said she's 16. Literally at the gym, I wouldn't look at her twice. She's 16.
Over the next couple of minutes, he proceeds to make very suggestive comments about the girl in question, and this isn't the only instance of Dale being like this. He's also defended none other than the certified lover boy himself.
What I think Drake is doing, right? What he's doing is he's going around grooming young women or young girls that are going to evolve into women at a certain point in time in their life. Drake has got tired of f***ing adult women who are ran through. Promiscuous adult women, I would like to say. Drake has fornicated, had sex, whatever you guys would like to call it, with numerous women.
I can't even defend that one, G.
Over and over and over and over again. To the point where it intrigues you, where you groom something that's a little younger, you coach, you develop a woman into your liking without engaging in any type of sexual contact, but sort of mentally grooming that woman who is untouched and untainted into the world. You ever just took a dirty penny and tossed it away, and you see a shiny penny and you want to keep it and you want to save it? That's how Drake feels about women that are tarnished. Most women that you run into are going to be tarnished pennies. It is very rare to see in general a penny that is brand new. Most pennies you see are dirty, ugly, disgusting. You see them on the floor, you kick them. Drake got tired
I gotta
of
walk away
tarnished pennies,
again.
tossed them away. Said, you know what? I want that one shiny, brand new
I
penny.
gotta walk
Now,
away
I'm gonna
again.
keep
I
that in
have to.
my
I
pocket
literally
for
have to
4+
walk
years
away
if I
again.
have to. And
I
then when
have to
that
walk
penny
away.
is prime age or prime date, I'm going to take that penny and cherish it. Now, if you did not understand that, I feel sorry for your brain. I feel sorry for your IQ. I feel sorry for your non-thinking outside the box mentality. But then again, I can't blame you because 95% of humans on the planet Earth do not think outside the box, which is why you were labeled weird for something as simple as believing in extraterrestrial life.
He sounds pretty familiar with the concept, I'll give him that. He's a historian. In March, a kawaii edit of his infamous speech was uploaded, which now sits at almost 3.5 million views and is just really funny. But it's also yet another example of how much the Low Tier God brand had improved in visibility. He was actually building a lot of momentum. Unfortunately, after months of enjoying the increased popularity he'd gotten, in December of 2022, he was banned from YouTube because he streamed on his second channel while his main channel had a strike, which is against the terms of service. He was apparently unaware of this rule and tried to get his channel back, and while that didn't happen, he did retweet all of the supportive comments from people who were pushing for him to be freed. During the campaign, someone even hacked British news presenter Piers Morgan's Twitter account and said, "Shout out my boy Low Tier God, also known as Dale. He turned 38 last month. I hope you get your channel back, bro, so you can go back to begging kids for money." The hacker also brought up a few embarrassing clips of his, such as the one where he talks about urinating in bottles.
Sorry, but I'm still pissing in bottles, guys. Since you're obsessed with me urinating in bottles, yes, to answer your question, yes, I still f***ing piss in bottles.
Apparently, he does this because he dislikes how much the liquid splashes around when you do it into a toilet. I don't really know why this is the solution, but you know what? To each their own. Now, since we're on the topic of his Twitter, it's only fair that I show you a couple of his bangers, such as his reaction to Zendaya.
Wait, Zendaya's a part of this shit now? What the fuck is going on?
And months of enjoying the improved invisibility. He was actually building a lot of momentum. Unfortunately, after months of enjoying the increased popularity he'd gotten, in December of 2022, he was banned from YouTube because he streamed on his second channel while his main channel had a strike, which is against the terms of service. He was apparently unaware of this rule and tried to get his channel back, and while that didn't happen, he did retweet all of the supportive comments from people who were pushing for him to be freed. During the campaign, someone even hacked British news presenter Piers Morgan's Twitter account and said, "Shout out my boy Low Tier God, also known as Dale. He turned 38 last month. I hope you get your channel back, bro, so you can go back to begging kids for money." The hacker also brought up a few embarrassing clips of his, such as the one where he talks about urinating in bottles.
Sorry, but I'm still pissing in bottles, guys. Since you're obsessed with me urinating in bottles, yes, to answer your question, yes, I still f***ing piss in bottles.
Ew, why is it so
Apparently,
dirty?
he does this because he dislikes how much the liquid splashes around when you do it into a toilet. I don't really know why this is the solution, but you know what? To each their own. Now, since we're on the topic of his Twitter, it's only fair that I show you a couple of his bangers, such as his reaction to Zendaya. Topic of his Twitter, it's only fair that I
No, wait. No, wait. No, wait. No, wait. Because I remember this. I remember this shit. Nigga really rolled up and said, "That's it." Nah, bro. He's different.
A couple of his bangers, such as his reaction to
He's
Zendaya,
different. He's
someone
different.
He's been known to simp for being with Tom Holland,
He is
which
different.
he called a bad genetic match. And another highlight, he replied to a woman who said that most men are bad in bed, to which he said, "A lot of women's box is foul, so we aren't even turned on enough to care." Fact checked and verified by true American patriots. Regardless of how much traction he got on Twitter, it didn't seem like his YouTube ban would go away anytime soon, prompting him to make an account on a website called Trovo. In the process of switching over to the platform, he also renamed all of his alt accounts on YouTube to his clothing brand's name, so they would stay unbanned if he ever wanted to come back. For the time being, Dale was officially committed to Trovo streaming, where he eventually got about 2,000 followers, while at the same time trying to ban Evade on YouTube from repurposing old accounts to pretending to be an AI program with no cam or mic. But ultimately, nothing worked, and despite his best efforts, he never succeeded in returning. After a short while, he stopped streaming on Trovo and announced he'd be moving over to Kick. He also made an account on Rumble and started uploading videos again. And just as it started looking like Low Tier God was going to be permanently relegated to alt-tech websites getting little to no views, in March of 2023, his Twitch channel was suddenly and ceremoniously unbanned.
Through it all with proper planning, placement, and the correct space and time.
Yeah.
Here I stand. Mistakes made. Battles fought.
And at the same time, in the sphere of mainstream content creators, something interesting was happening. Corey X Kenshin and Jadeon, two very big YouTubers, made videos calling out what they perceived to be issues with injustice on their respective platforms, whether it be unfair bans or demonetizations, or even what Corey perceived to be racism from YouTube. Low Tier God chimed in and basically said that they were in too good of a position to be complaining about anything.
I really don't understand why a guy like JDM that is very popular, that has a huge fan base, verified on multiple platforms, gets millions of views per video, and then he has a side clip channel video and endorsements, and can still stream on YouTube, has a problem with getting banned on Twitch. I want you to sub to my premium channel, and I'm upset.
See, this the issue right here. Yeah. Yeah, it is like hating. It's like low key like hating, like projection onto your own people, for real, bro. I ain't gonna lie, hey, Kyle look clean as shit right now. Man, you making me wish I still had my locks. I might get the, hey guys, I might get the hair transplant after all. Nah, Kyle look clean as shit.
He managed to get noticed by Kai Cenat, who watched his stream, and the results were pretty interesting.
Quote unquote, whatever, like Kai Cenat probably wouldn't get blown on the front page of Twitch. Can anybody here guess
lace
why?
front? You say lace front?
How lit he is. Can anybody guess why? That they wouldn't run behind
Why?
Kai Cenat to put him on the front page or acknowledge him or anything like that?
Why?
It's bad marketing. When you go in the stream, the N-word is said a million freaking times.
Nigga, you say the N-word all the time.
Now, there were a few schools of thought on this. A lot of Kai's fans obviously agreed with him and said that he was in the right and Low Tier God was wrong. But on the other hand, interestingly, some of Low Tier God's detractors in the comments noted how Kai, to them, immediately proved his point by reacting in the way he did. Right around the same time that the drama was happening, another clip from
I don't know. I feel like half of the time this is a moot point because like if you black and you want to say the N-word on your channel and you understand that like some people might like it, you kind of just go on with that understanding. But it's the same as like cussing and everything like that. So it's just like really another cuss word if you really think about it, and it's like, okay, like I can be liked for cussing or I could, you know, miss out on kids, I guess, but I'm not trying to advertise the kids anyway. But he does worse, so what's his point?
Unedited version came out at this
pretty
time.
much
A new
pretty
edit of it
much
that came out a few months later became much bigger.
Mods, crush the skull. Thank you.
As DeLuey and Sparrow was peaking in mainstream attention,
I don't understand. Like I
think
think maybe the problem is like he don't have like an actual real nigga in his life. Like he doesn't, and it's hard. I mean, it's hard to have. It's hard to have like somebody in your corner that's gonna understand how your like channels, how your channel works, how like what you should be doing, how you should be going the right. I mean, I guess he had Rob TV. Rob TV was trying to help him out, but bro, it's a shame because he's actually funny. Like he's actually funny, but it's just. He gotta just stop being like a hater and just stop with like just the other shit that he doing. It's like sometimes you slip up. Like I'm not gonna say like players fuck up. Like he's a player. I'm saying because that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that every human being has flaws, right? So if he would just work on his flaws,
claiming to have just found
he
out
could have made a
about his
180 and you know made some things happen.
Funny streamer until
Having a friend with his rep is hard. He made himself the product, but when does he stop selling? It's not even the fact that like, because every content creator is the product, right? Like every content creator is the product, but it's what he's selling. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? And how he would say shit is like it's again 90% bad and then like 10% good, and then you could show like parts where he's like actually going in the right direction with a trajectory, making different kind of content, just making people genuinely laugh from like just whatever, and then he'll just either say something sexist or homophobic or say something fucking transphobia or just talk about grooming kids. Like he just keeps consistently proving that he's just like a fucked up individual. Like point blank period. Like you just keep proving he's just fucked up.
What is wrong with you, bro?
Fast forward to March of 2023, and with this
The butt of his own joke, yeah.
all these large
He's selling
content
hatred,
creators
and it's not
talking
even
about
like
him, a
haha
big
hatred. It's like
opportunity was
crazy
on the
shit.
horizon.
Yeah.
Jadeon decided to interview Low Tier God.
Why are you the way you are?
That would be me. That would be me. That would be me. I'd be like, why are you the way you are? Why are you? Why? Just why?
No, you're still that way.
It's like you genuinely
I mean,
are.
some of those clips look pretty recent. They don't seem that far away.
Now, probably because he knew how big of an audience Jadeon had, Mr. Sparrow behaved himself a lot better than usual. One example is when the controversy surrounding him laughing at a man taking his own life was brought up. Instead of making jokes about
I'm about to get my
Tom and Jerry,
ramen.
he opted to explain that he processed the
I
situation.
want to pause it, but I won't pause it. I'm gonna get my
laugh? Why laugh?
When? Hold on, I'm gonna read
That's
that.
the way I processed it. I processed it because he got a call with a woman that didn't want to be with him anymore, so he said fuck it and blew his dome off. So for me, the only way I could process it was to laugh. I couldn't console and feel sad for a guy that ended his life over a female.
And despite how antagonistic Jadeon was towards him, the comment section was actually widely positive, referring to Jadeon's defense of Kai Cenat as blind D-writing and hailing Low Tier God as the reasonable side of the argument. From there, in September, he also got an interview with No Jumper, which was much less hostile than the one with Jadeon. They even got personal, and for the first time ever, Low Tier God willingly showed some degree of vulnerability when he discussed his own struggle with severe adult
He was on No Jumper? What the fuck?
Processed it because he got a call.
Is when the controversy controversy surrounding him laughing.
There's
at
an
a man taking his own life
expectation
was brought up. Instead
with the
of making
product that
jokes about
isn't
Tom and Jerry,
met.
he opted to explain
When
that
it
he
isn't met, you
processed
find
the
something else.
situation by
So
laughing.
who would
Why
actually
laugh? Why laugh?
be
That's
his
the way
friend?
I processed
Yeah.
it. I processed it because he got a call with a woman that didn't want to be with him anymore. So he said, fuck it, and blew his dome off. So for me, the only way I could process it was to laugh. I couldn't console and feel sad for a guy that ended his life over a female.
And despite how antagonistic Gideon was towards him, the comment section was actually widely positive, referring to Gideon's defense of Kai Cenat as blind D-writing and hailing Low Tier God as the reasonable side of the argument. From there, in September, he also got an interview with No Jumper, which was much less hostile than the one with Gideon. They even got personal, and for the first time ever, Low Tier God willingly showed some degree of vulnerability when he discussed his own struggle with severe adult content addiction, admitting to at one point apparently jerking off 9 times in one day.
Now there's nothing that could get you to the point of having to beat off.
Maybe like, I'm trying to think if I could just think of something like maybe sleep.
9 times?
Like, if I just
Rookie
really needed
numbers.
sleep and I just couldn't get there no other
Rookie
way.
numbers.
Unfortunately, this
Jesus.
transparency and humanity was much less consistent when they started going over his online history.
Much I could do
as
is
Low
4.
Tier God frequently downplayed his
That's my
controversies
limit.
to make them seem more acceptable. But regardless of that, because of the interview with Gideon and No Jumper, along with his Twitch being unbanned, Low Tier God was getting hundreds, if not thousands, of new viewers who didn't know about the lore or didn't care because they found him entertaining. While he did also get a whole new crowd of detractors, he had so many new supporters that it didn't really matter, including
Pathetic.
a fellow Twitch streamer by the name of Rose. The two had met at TwitchCon, and ever since then, they got friendly with each other to the point that he was dedicating songs to her and serenading her on his stream.
Unforgettable, I wanna be the loot. I got no need, don't wanna give up on it, don't anybody.
He also managed to convince her that he was born in 1990, leading her to defend him on stream and claim that she personally saw evidence he wasn't in his 30s.
I know his actual age. He's not 39.
Nah.
Like I said, all the rumors I've heard, like I said, me being groomed, him abusing me, all these things, we were secretly dating. He's 40 years old. I've seen everything. Like the real deal. Okay, I've seen.
I don't even want to drink this
Dude,
beer,
he's
bro.
not. He's far from
Despite how intensely his detractor community hated him and spread the word about his past misdeeds, it wasn't enough to stop his resurgence, as clip after clip of his streams went viral. Despite everything that happened, he somehow managed to resist the incessant barrage of hate he got.
I'm not gonna lie.
And after
Oh, no,
years
I
of
read that.
persistence, he was finally getting results, which culminated in early 2024 when he was invited to be at the Streamer Awards.
He was invited to.
Brought to you by Junk Food Arcades is Low Tier God.
Why do I hear boos? I hear a lot of boos. All right, let's step up the cheers. All right, this is a big surprise. Let's get it. Let's get it.
The audience at the awards, as well as the people watching online, were equally confused as to how this happened. A guy who is as controversial as him, with as many allegations as him, somehow managed to get within the Twitch aristocracy at the biggest yearly event for streamers in the entire year. The same guy who said what he said about Broly Legs is somehow in the same room as Hassan Piker and Pokimane. Honestly, the more I think about it, that actually makes perfect sense. And while people did try to talk about what a travesty they thought it was for this to have happened, ultimately they were violently ratioed by Low Tier God, calling them a bum. But just because he was successful in keeping himself unbanned on Twitch and occasionally getting mainstream recognition didn't mean that his detractors would rest. In March, a YouTuber called Covenant Balrog interviewed someone who claimed to be Low Tier God's former roommate. Among other less important
roommate?
pieces
What
of
the
info,
fuck?
he claimed that Low Tier God owed him $600. On its own, this didn't do much, as when it made its way to the man himself,
Anybody that I was roommating with would have had to been way before I started getting money like that. So
Getting money? Does he
they're
get money
most
now?
likely a broke, worthless ass nigga.
However, this did set the entire detractor community on a new quest, finding out if Low Tier God's claims of being financially well off were true or not. First, someone who had been doxxed by Dale decided to repay the favor
He's
and
a
go
rob,
to the
but what-
actual apartment complex where Low Tier God apparently lived, only to find out that the apartments were state-managed low-income housing, meaning he couldn't possibly live there if he made over 50 grand a year. Then, they found his credit report, and according to that, he was 120 grand in debt with a credit score of 660.
I almost poured this bitch out on my carpet. That's how crazy that is.
For context, 700 is considered the bare minimum for a good score. And his debt was composed of many different things. $66,000 of his debt was paying off a car loan for a 2015 Dodge Charger.
Oh, he's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot. Oh my God, I'm so mad. Why do niggas get $66,000 in debt over a fucking car? This
debt was paying off a car loan for a 2015.
This nigga's an oh my God.
Dodge Charger with a vanity plate of his fake name. While the rest of the debt was nothing to really write home about, people did find it entertaining to find out that after all these
I hate
years,
niggas, bro.
Low Tier God
See,
was
I'm not even
the Black Dia.
I'm not even like the self-hate shit. I just when I see that, bro, it makes me say I hate niggas, bro. I don't know why. I should not say that. That should not be in my vocabulary things to say. I see shit like that. I should get so fucking mad, bro.
$100,000
I should get so fucking mad, bro.
But just as it seemed
so
that the
fucking
financial
mad.
info dump was over, the trolls dug up something shocking. In August of 2023, Low Tier God had opened an account in the Department of Child Support. This discovery single-handedly unraveled years of secrecy, as a leak of court documents showed that not only did he have a daughter, but also a 10-year-old daughter. He had a kid all the way back in the early 2010s, and somehow, despite finding out everything else about him in the meantime, he managed to keep that out of the public eye. The genie was officially out of the bottle. Eventually, Low Tier God would address this, claiming that his debt wasn't actually debt.
Anytime you purchase something, it's gonna go on your TRW as quote-unquote debt, but it's not actual debt. It's just something that you just simply haven't paid off yet that you're making payments on.
That's not really what that means. You're still in debt.
That's
you're
what
paying off a
payment.
car loan, but regardless,
Yeah.
this was his final word on the matter. As for his hypothetical daughter, he simply left it at saying that he was no one's dad.
I got 2 cats if you want to count that. That's cool. I'm nobody's father. I promise you that.
Ever since, this has been a pretty sensitive topic for him, as he's banned anyone who even came close to discussing it. For example, when someone posted a video of a 10-year-old who was believed to be his daughter on his Discord server, he got rid of it instantly. It didn't seem like the drama really affected him too much though, as he was comfortable enough to even get freaky on main.
Listen, I don't consider that a diss because I would love for a sexy ass woman to give me some lemonade. So I don't really consider that a diss. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with a little fetish. You know what I'm
What?
saying?
Give him some lemonade? What is he talking
What's
about?
wrong with that? Yeah, what's wrong with the woman's golden Eve nectar?
But as the various claims about Dale got bigger and bigger, it eventually got the attention of someone unexpected, his baby mama, or at least someone claiming to be his baby mama. A number of comments left by a user gave context to the story of Low Tier God's child, claiming that a picture of him holding a baby that was making the rounds wasn't of him and his daughter, as according to her, he had never even met his own child, and denied her existence altogether. Naturally, this piques the attention of another Low Tier God hater, who interviewed this person.
Tales of Dale.
Every stream that he's done where he speaks about children and I'm not trying to get emotional, and when he speaks on women.
If her claims are to be trusted, she met Dale at a small party, and he slid into her DMs after she posted something about gaming. After that, they had a casual relationship that lasted about half a year, which came to a screeching halt when she got pregnant. While she refused to confirm whether or not he asked her to get an abortion, she did say that he refused to sign his daughter's birth certificate. Interestingly, when she served him papers in 2023, he signed them without a hassle, and he apparently didn't even ask for a DNA test, meaning he was well aware that the child was his.
Has it already been confirmed his age? Like,
yes.
Okay. Well, I don't want to say. That's also going to tell my age too, but I mean, I don't care. But
I'm over here eating ramen right now, and he gonna say that.
I wasn't a teenager. I can tell you
Of
that.
all things.
I was not a teenager.
But with all of that said, with all of the controversies, with all of the insane clips, where does that leave us? As of today, Low Tier God is still streaming on Twitch, and despite all these issues, he's more successful today than he's ever been. He's been steadily growing on Twitch for over a year, his TikTok has 200,000 followers, and he even collabed with Deji, or as I know him, Comedy Shorts Gamer, in a Tekken video in June of this year, further solidifying his foothold in mainstream gaming. However, many of his original followers have become dissatisfied with the direction of his content, claiming he's become too PG in fear of getting banned.
Guys, love yourself. That's all I gotta say. If you look in the mirror and hate yourself, love yourself. Yes, you should love yourself now.
Now.
Yes, you should. Because I do.
Ultimately, it's hard to blame him since he's been banned so many times. I will say though, because of the change in spirit, a lot of people have been missing the old, lightning-eyed low-tier god that would verbally dismantle the soul of people in his chat over anything and everything. The only question from here is, can low-tier god maintain good behavior, or is he bound to remain forever trapped in his extremely toxic and self-defeating mindset? Ultimately, only time will tell.
Bro didn't say get that ass
I've been
banned
Turkey
one
Tom. Thank you
time.
very much for watching the entire story of low-tier god. And until next
Bro
time,
did not say get
leave
that
me
ass
alone.
banned one time. I'm actually so confused. It's like, how is he not gonna say that? Is like the LTG like staple. Like he didn't even say it. I'm actually kind of vexed. Damn. That fucked me up. That fucked me up. I'm not gonna lie. That was whoa. At some point, I'm being for real. I started feeling bad for him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, pretty much. He didn't call me a tar roach. What happened to my goat? You can only feel bad for him at this point? Yeah. I mean, it's like I don't want to use the words or the wording. It's like, you know, I'm rooting for him because how could I root for like, you know what I'm saying? How could I root for like a fucking super groomer? You know what I mean? Like, how could I root for somebody like that? It's just, it's like I just hope he's just not. I just hope he's doing better for the sake of like himself and everyone around
Read
him.
some terrible pickup attempts by men trying to date women.